What's up guys, SkittleRampage here. So today I have 5 anime Funko Pops that are very underrated this year. So let's check it out. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope your day is going great. We are so close to Christmas. Let me know down below in a comment if you guys are excited about Christmas this year. I'm definitely excited. Gonna spend some time with family, open some presents, eat some food. Super excited. Now today though, we are going to be talking about a couple Funko Pops that I do feel were very underrated this year. But before we jump into that, drop a comment down below of what you think is a Funko Pop this year, whether it's anime, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Disney, whatever. What do you think was an underrated Funko Pop this year that not a lot of people paid attention to? Okay, so we're going to jump into my selections for this video, and just know there's no real order for these. Now first up, we do have Grateful Buster, the FYE exclusive from the recent Fairy Tail wave. I was relatively surprised to see this one sit on shelves like it did, because if you go to any FYE store, you could probably see anywhere from 10 to 20 of these just chilling on the shelves. I thought this was a fantastic exclusive and the best one in that new Fairy Tail wave, but I guess most people disagree because it just sits on shelves everywhere. I don't know if they just made a ton of them, or maybe a lot of people didn't like this exclusive, but I thought it was really fantastic, and I thought they nailed it down to the T with detail. And this is probably one out of the 5 that I have today that I was really surprised about, because we hadn't had a Fairy Tail wave in a while, and I thought people would be very excited to see new characters, see new character variations, because let's be honest, this is a great step up from the original common, and it's much cheaper, but nobody's really buying it, so I'm just super confused on this one. I'm not exactly sure what else they could have done with this one. Maybe made it a glow in the dark. However, when you just have the ice bits in his hand and around his feet glowing in the dark, it might not be the best glow in the world, but maybe it would have been that added feature to make more people buy it. Now moving on, we do have Second Form Cell from New York Comic Con. Now, this one's probably going to be a little bit more popular by default because it was a Comic-Con exclusive as well as an anime pop, and you know, anime and Comic-Con is just a very good mix. However, I don't feel like this exclusive got a lot of love around New York Comic Con time, and I was a little sad to see it because Cell is definitely one of my favorite antagonists in Z, so I was just kind of surprised. Maybe a lot of people don't like him because he looks kind of ugly in this form, which I agree he is ugly, but his character design is ugly overall, let's be honest. For this one, I think I'm going to chalk it down to people were kind of overloaded with Cell Pops because we got First Form Cell, then we got the glow-in-the-dark variation, and before all that, we got Perfect Cell, and then we got Perfect Cell with the lightning for the ECCC exclusive, then we got like a metallic Perfect Cell of the common. So maybe people were just kind of done with Cell's pop in general, which I can kind of understand. Next up, also from NYCC, we do have the 5-headed dragon Yu-Gi-Oh! 6-inch pop here. This one was very interesting because initial reactions were very good, like on Funko's Twitter posts, my posts, other, news pages posts. Like, I was looking back at it last night, and I was like, this got a lot of praise. However, by the time it was to be sold at NYCC and GameStop's website, didn't sell out. Like, nobody really cared to have it, to be honest. Obviously, the con sticker for most things were going to sell out at NYCC either way, but I didn't think this one had too much hype around it by the time it released, and I thought it was a good mold for what it was, to be honest. Obviously, a lot of people are comparing this one to the Tiamat mold, which was obviously more detailed and a lot better looking, which I can agree there, but for what this was from Yu-Gi-Oh! And looking back at the actual character and the pop design, I think they did a really good job on it. I think some maybe minor details and rivets and like nooks and crannies might be missing here, but overall, I thought this was a really good pop. Of course though, if you look at the actual pop prices and what it's selling for, the official con sticker is selling from anywhere from $100 to $130, so obviously that doesn't feel underrated, but personally to me, just looking at the pop and looking at people's initial reactions, I thought it was going to sell better and maybe even sell out on GameStop's site, but it's still in stock. Now next up we do have a 2-in-1, and that is Izumo and Kotetsu. Combining these two just because I felt like a lot of people didn't love these pops. Personally, I did. I thought it was really cool to see some like like side characters technically, because they're the gatekeepers essentially. I thought this was kind of cool to see. I like that Funko was attempting to kind of like expand more into the Naruto verse with making side characters like these. And honestly, I have to give props to Funko with the character detail here, because they could have just had them standing there and doing nothing. However, they added a bunch of details like giving him his weapon and having Izumo shooting water out of his mouth. I thought that was really awesome, and that's much better than most of the Naruto pops out there. I do get it though. I think a lot of people wanted to see more Akatsuki members. A lot of people wanted to see Hinata, because like, let's be frank here, where is the Hinata pop? Like, how have we had all of these characters and not Hinata? Again, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, I think, or the day before, they don't give a lot of love to the female characters in Naruto, for example. It's a lot of Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, Itachi. I really don't know what that's about. Maybe they just don't feel like the females sell as well. It feels very weird though. All in all, I agree with most saying that there's plenty of other characters that we could have seen before these two. However, we gotta give props to the molds on these. Now the last one I do want to talk about is Hanako here. So I think I know what happened with Hanako's popularity here, because one, initially, we weren't expecting it to be a double exclusive, and meaning Funimation exclusive and a Hot Topic exclusive, even though it's the same pop, just different stickers. Because initially, at first, this one had a lot of hype around it because of its very, very weird release schedule. Basically, like most pops, we actually got first looks at this by a Hot Topic selling it earlier than they were supposed to, and as more Hot Topic stores started selling this one, more and more people went into their local Hot Topics asking about this one, and thus, that's what led the managers to look at the street date and say, hey, crap, this one's street dated, we're not supposed to be selling it. Now, when it finally came time for this one to drop in stores, this one was a huge deal because a lot of resellers, a lot of collectors were after this one for retail, because the going rate at the time for the chase was like $150 plus. So I think after Crunchyroll dropped this exclusive and it didn't sell out, the initial super hype that this one had dropped tremendously, and now it's just chilling in stock on the website, and a lot of people don't care about this pop anymore. Now, something you have to consider also with this one is it doesn't have the big popularity and huge fan base like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece, for example. And even me not being the biggest fan of the anime, I attempted to watch it, but it just wasn't really my cup of tea. I personally think this is one of the best pop molds of 2022. Alright guys, those were 5 anime Funko Pops that I felt were very, very underrated this year. Let me know down below if you guys agree or disagree. And of course, like I mentioned before, drop a comment down below of a pop that you think is underrated this year. Now to end off the video, I do want to say a big shout out to all the Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate your love and support. If you guys want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon-only Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And we have roughly 200 members in there and a lot of great people you can meet and maybe make friends with. We also have a Facebook group with over 15,000 members and nearing 16,000 members. That's buy, sell, and trade, and you can make a ton of friends in there, as well as be following me on all my social medias at SkittleRampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page to stay up to date. Alright, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.